Cannabinoids affect a person by interacting with specific receptors located within different parts of the central nervous system. Two kinds of cannabinoid receptors have been found to date, and they are termed CB1 and CB2. A substance termed anandamide was discovered in 1992. Occurring naturally within the brain, this substance binds to CB1 receptors. Other naturally occurring substances that bind to CB1 have also been discovered, and these, together with the receptors, are termed the endogenous cannabinoid system.
There's these two cannabis-like molecules in the brain. One's called anandamide, the other is called 2-AG. And they're your kind of brain's own cannabis, and they participate in a lot of interesting functions. We're learning from animal studies and also human studies what they do. And the bottom line is that they're involved in regulating mood, they're involved in regulating appetite, and in your body they do very interesting things. They regulate pain messages, the passage of pain messages to the brain. They're also involved in the regulation of body weight, and there's cannabinoid receptors actually in your fat tissue. So the whole of your fat metabolism seems to be regulated by cannabinoids too. Another very recent finding is that cannabinoid receptors regulate bone density. So there's another very, very important function that these endogenous cannabinoids are involved in. They're everywhere, and they do just about everything.
Research has yet to determine if the use of cannabis causes cognitive impairment. There are serious concerns about the potential effect of cannabis use on memory and learning. The effects will depend on the age of initiation, quantity, duration, and frequency of use.
Traditionally, we measure memory and learning in cannabis users by administering a list of 15 words that we ask people to repeat back as many as they can remember. And we do that over a series of trials so that we can look at learning. What we find is that long-term heavy cannabis users learn fewer words, recall fewer words, and forget more words over time than short-term users or light users or non-users. Now, when we applied the most advanced techniques in high-resolution brain imaging, we found that long-term, very heavy cannabis users showed a reduction in the hippocampus, which is a specific region involved in memory function. And this was dose-related. So cumulatively, the more exposure to cannabis over many years, the smaller the size of the hippocampus. The consequences of a reduced hippocampus are likely to involve impaired memory function. We actually saw the development of subclinical psychotic symptoms that were associated with the reduced volume of the hippocampus. So when I say subclinical symptoms, I mean things like odd beliefs, some delusional ideas, paranoia, and so forth.
I know cannabis has got THC and CBD inside of it. It's two counteractive chemicals. Basically, THC is a psychotic effect, causing people to get, well, like he was saying, paranoia. And I know CBD is the one that effectively calms people down, gives them the euphoria that they experience.
Cannabis can get you high, give you a good time, I suppose.
It can have an effect with prolonged use.